All right, take two. Messed up the first part here. Anyway, yeah. Today I'm doing my predictions for week one. Yesterday, dropped the power rankings. Got a lot of good reactions from the chat. Thanks, Cal, changing your profile picture to, I think that's me making my last video where I put you last in my power rankings. Maish changed his name to I Ain't Got Time for No Cal in preparation for their matchup. I'm excited. Week one, this will probably be a two-parter too, just because I'm in the mood to yap about fantasy football. Oh, football's so back. I'm so excited. All right, so first things first, shout out to my boy Jared for showing me this site. I had to go in and link the league to it, but it popped out betting odds. So we can see everyone's matchups here. It does have pretty different lines than ESPN does. So if you want to pause, look at all your lines. I'll also talk about them when I get to your matchup. But we're also going to look at highest scorer odds because that's a lot of fun. Like, man, this is just so... I love this feature. Make myself a little bit bigger here. You don't want to you want to look at me. I know. But yeah, so this is highest scorers week one odds. Thomas, who was number one in my power rankings, is predicted to be the highest scorer, and obviously Makosi hasn't set his lineup yet, so he's at the bottom. I am fully convinced that Makosi hasn't downloaded the app, hasn't watched any of these videos. He hasn't said a word in the chat in God knows how long. I'm going to need a sign of life from Jake Makosi, and I'm going to need him to set a lineup very, very soon. Tomorrow, the league starts. So, just saying. But anyway, all the odds. I'm right in the middle, but it's all really close other than those top, like, 3 or 4 there. Brett being up that high does surprise me. But let's get into the matchups. And we're going to start with me versus Ish. I didn't bring my own piece of team propaganda to the table, but Ish did. He sent me this last night saying his team is ready to go into week one. You got Kyler. You got John Parker Romo, free agent on the bench. I love the play. I mean, he's got future leading the way. I'm a little nervous, but let's get into the matchup. Yeah, Ish's propaganda scared me a little bit, not going to lie. It's got me feeling real good about his team. And as a spoiler, I am going to pick Ish to beat me here. Normally, I would pick myself, try and get off to a confident start. But normally, I do play Maish to start the season. Finally switched up this year. I don't enjoy that the randomized schedule gave me Ish on the 1 year when he might be good. But whatever. Let's see. So I am Ish is minus 112 to win this matchup. I am plus 112, and we're both projected about I think I'm projected 116. He's projected 119. I think we both have an interesting choice for the flex. I think he's going to have to choose between Swift and Adam Thielen on Monday night, and I'm going to have to choose between Dobbins and ETN. I do like ETN's matchup, but I also really like Dobbins' matchup, so I think I might stick with Dobbins. Who knows? Ish has a huge advantage in the running back and tight end positions here. Njoku against that Cincinnati defense is going to be real fun. And then Gibbs and Kyren Williams are just awesome. I think I said it in my power rankings that I love Kyren Williams this year. Obviously, that could be very bad, but I like him. There's a lot of good close matchups week one because everyone's healthy. No one's stupid enough to trade or stupid enough to put someone stupid in their lineup yet. But I think I got the Bills stack against the Baltimore defense is tricky. Pollard against the Denver defense kind of sucks. And so I'm going Ish here. I like his matchups a little better. Cortland Sutton is probably a better boom potential than Ingram and Dobbins, and I love Gibbs. Kyler Murray against New Orleans might just be cash, but like I said, he could also lose. So I'm going Ish here, predicting myself to start off 0-1. That would really hurt, really, really hurt. All right, matchup 2. We got two-time champ, aka Brett, versus Rag, who told me to read his team name, he named his team Sabrina's Cucks. Shout out to Sabrina Carpenter's new album, I guess, even though I was told it was not great. Anyway, very fun matchup here. Rag's name is crazy, but we're ignoring it. I think this is the best time to play against Brett, and I think it's the worst possible week to catch Rag. He's got Kamara still healthy and hasn't given up on his team yet. He's got Aaron Jones still healthy, hasn't lost his spot yet. He's got Jefferson still healthy going against the Bears defense, who we don't know what they're going to be. We got McBride against New Orleans. We got Diggs against Vegas. And then on Brett's side, we got a rookie running back who's projected 5. Even if he does eventually settle into that starting spot, it's probably not going to come week 1. They're probably going to lean heavy on, Jaylen Warren, is that his name? Yeah. Anyway, you got Lamar against a tricky Buffalo defense, and CeeDee Lamb against a tough Philly defense, although we don't really know how that Philly secondary is going to look. I think Brett is a favorite on the little app that I have, but I think Rag is like a big points favorite here. I think it's 120 to 114. I'm picking Rag. Like I said, I think if these two teams meet again in the playoffs, this could go very differently. But week 1, I like Brett. I like Rag here to win. And I know Brett's just, bulletin board material. Oh, don't sleep on it. Yeah, I don't see it this week. Nothing about it excites me. Nothing. This is going to be a real bad clip when Brett wins by like 30. But I'm going Rag here. I'm going Ish and Rag, win. We haven't seen that many weeks in our league. Oof. Oh, God. I mean, all these matchups are just coin flips. Pouchon's a minus 102 favorite. He's projected 1 point higher than Clay. And spoiler alert, I will not be picking Pouchon. I think Clay, he's going to get a good showing from Daniels. I know that Giants defense is pretty hyped up, but I think he's a good enough quarterback against the blitz. He's good against pressure, and I think he's going to have a lot of fun with Debo. He's going to have a lot of fun throwing to Terry and using all those random-ass running backs that we have. I think Jaden will be fine. I would put a lot of money on him having a rushing touchdown, especially since Debo's new. Terry hasn't really done anything in the offseason. I think the running game might get going before the passing game, especially with our new offensive line. McCaffrey, he's healthy. Unless he gets hurt today, unless he gets hurt this week, he's going to play well. He's going to have 15 to 20 at least fantasy points. Love it. Stevenson could have a good game before Henderson, the rookie, really settles in. So I think kind of a similar thing to Rag, kind of these veteran backs who are technically the RB1 that are probably going to get replaced. First couple weeks is probably when you want to play them, so Stevenson could be viable. Pouchon's got an interesting question. He's got Jawan Jennings on his bench. Does he play? I don't think he's going to play, but he could. I also wouldn't hate a Dak Prescott spot start from Pouchon this week. But I don't want to put that thought in his head and then it be my fault when he loses. I'm going Clay here. I think I said it. A.J. Brown on Thursday night is going to be a big matchup for this game. But then I just think Clay with Daniels, McCaffrey. I think DK might get force-fed in week 1. I think Judy against that Cincy defense. I just like it. I know Olave. No, he doesn't have a quarterback. I think Spencer Rattler might be ass. Actually, I know for a fact Spencer Rattler's ass. Mike Evans always dicks down Atlanta, so he'll probably have a touchdown or two, but it's not going to be enough. I got Clay taking this one home fairly easily, and the other 4 matchups will be in part 2. I'll flip over that now. Part 2 coming at you here, and we start with Scott and Hayden. And I wrote down in my notes, I think Hayden might be higher ranked than number 3 in the power rankings now that I look at it again. I love this team. He has the deepest team in the league and like the highest boom potential in the league. Like, his team is almost perfect, I think, other than Tua and maybe a better tight end. But, I mean, he has 3 or 4 guys on his bench who are better than, like, 80% of the league's flexes. He's got Calvin Ridley, Jalen Warren, Cooper Kupp, and Keon Coleman. I think I said all that in the power rankings. But I think we're looking at a potential, like, 3-0 Hayden trades all of his depth to get QB1 and tight end 1, and then we might all just be fucked. Then again, he's horrible at this, so he might not do that. He's lost the league, and he's never truly done anything else. I think he made it to, like, the consolation game one time. Not that I'm much better, just saying. We're all equal opportunity, just dickheads in this league, so we all suck. Yeah. Hayden's a big favorite here. He's one of the biggest betting favorites. He's... Oh, my God. Never mind. Scott's a betting favorite on the app that I'm using here, but Hayden's a big favorite on ESPN. I'm taking Hayden. Like I said, crazy deep team. I like Neighbors against Washington, unfortunately. I think Russ will throw him a couple moon balls. Bucky will be fun. Hayden should just be watching. Hayden should put a hit out on Quinshon Judkins. Because if Jerome Ford keeps this job and Dylan Sampson doesn't take it over from him, Hayden somehow, I mean, I don't know what round he took Jerome Ford in, but it was probably like the 8th or the 10th. He's going to have a legit RB1. And he's got Tyreek Hill, who's the league's highest projected flex by about 2 points. I got to talk about Scott's team. I've just been glazing Hayden. That sucks. Scott's team is very boring. I think Scott's team is good. It's just very boring. Jacoby Myers is boring. Hawkinson's boring. Devontae Adams, I think Stafford's going to play. That makes him a little less boring. I think London's pretty boring. Connor is the epitome of boring, just standing up, sprinting at motherfuckers. He'll probably get a touchdown, though, against New Orleans. I'm taking Hayden by like 15 points here. I like Scott's team, but not this week. And Scott starting 0-1 has to just give him PTSD. So, yeah, going Hayden. God, I just glazed Hayden's team for like 2.5 minutes. I apologize that you all had to listen to that. Yeah, that just sucks. Now we got my favorite matchup of the week, Cal versus Kyle. They've both been talking a little bit, which I like. On the app, Kyle is plus 104. Cal's a tiny favorite. Kyle's projected 2 more points, but for some reason Cal's the favorite. I don't know how they justify that, but whatever. I think this is the closest matchup of the week. It took me 10 minutes to figure out who I wanted to pick here. I will say, Mace starting 2 rookies and Michael Pittman scares me. I know Cal is also starting a rookie. J.J. McCarthy's kind of a rookie, but it scares me. Cal's got a little bit of the cancel out factor. T. Higgins, Joe Burrow. I don't hate it. I think I made it very clear in my power rankings that I hate Michael Pittman Jr., and for that reason I'm picking Cal. He has a huge advantage on the running backs, I think. Travion Henderson is probably RB1, but it's going to take him a second to get settled, I think. And, yeah, I think Cal's going to win. Both these teams were pretty low on my power rankings, so it makes sense that it's a close matchup. You guys both suck. Cal, I do like Pacheco on your bench. I don't know if he's worth starting over DJ Moore. And also, you were freaking out a little bit today about Bill being 4th on the depth chart. I think that's just like a toss the rookie at 4 kind of thing. I don't see a world in which he doesn't get a decent amount of touches, even in week 1. I think he'll be fine there, but I don't think you need to be fine there. I don't think you were going to start him as your flex anyway. I don't think any of our running back rooms are really worth starting, so taking Cal here, close matchup. Don't hate me, Kyle. This is another fun one. We got Shake and Bake, Rob Hodge versus the Westover Waffle Stompers, Thomas. Thomas is 5-point favorite. One of our bigger favorites. The only bigger favorite is Sutton over Mikosi because Mikosi hasn't set a lineup. But yeah, I'm picking Briggs here. Don't really want to dance around it. I've been already talking for like 15 minutes here. Rob, I was going to give it to you if Godwin was going to start. I know there was a little talk about him playing, but it's not looking good for him. Marvin Harrison does scare me a little bit. He might just be bad, but he could have a breakout year, so we'll see. It doesn't scare me as much as Pickens in his first game on a new team against the Eagles. Going up against Super Bowl champs is not fun. What else did I see here? The battle of the rookie running backs, and they are playing dueling defenses is fun. But the matchups for Briggs here are a dream. Jalen Hurts is going to fuck the Cowboys, I think. I think that game's probably going to be a lot of points, but I'm not sure. I mean, Brown versus Cleveland will be fun. Harvey against Tennessee. Oh, man. And Marvin Harrison versus... Yeah, now I know why I picked Briggs. I like these matchups a lot. Hampton against Kansas City. That's a scary first game for a rookie running back. I just... A lot going into the Bears here for Hayden. Not Hayden. I just hear Bears, think of Hayden. For Rob, Loveland and Adunze is scary. I'm going Rob. I'm going to stop talking about this matchup. Godwin not playing is the tilter. That's why I'm going Briggs. Once Godwin comes back, I like Rob's team a lot. But not today. All right, last matchup. I've spoken about it quite a bit. Sutton is our biggest favorite of the day. He's projected to win by 11.5. But that is simply because Mikosi won't start a lineup. I'm picking Sutton here just because when Mikosi does set a lineup, he has to put in Deebo Samuel, who I don't think will be great. Mikosi legitimately might have just quit the league and not told us. That would really suck. But I still think this team's good enough to not lose, even if he did quit the league. If he just goes, sets the lineup, and prays for no injuries. It's a good team, but I am taking Sutton. Barkley, I think, is going to want to start the season strong, prove that it wasn't just like one season. Breece Hall's another one of those guys that like could be out of the job in a couple weeks, so might be playing hard. But Ricky Pearsall, if Juwan Jennings doesn't play, could be massive. I don't know I can't name another wide receiver on that team. I know CMC and Kittle will get a lot of touches, but I think Purdy will air it out, and Mikosi having Purdy, Pearsall's a decent little handcuff. I think Bo Nix against Tennessee is going to be ugly for Tennessee. But yeah, I'm going Sutton here. Terry eats up against the Giants. Historically, even though we don't always beat them, I think we swept them last year for the first time in my life. But yeah, I'm going Sutton. Mikosi, lock in, please. And yeah, there we are. Week 1 predictions. I'll be back Tuesday for the recap. Sorry if this wasn't as animated or fun as I would normally be. I think I might have the Black Plague. I feel like shit. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed. I hope you don't mind watching the longer videos because I like yapping about football. I might get tired of it as the year goes on, but as of now, I got plenty of energy for this. I will see you all tomorrow for football. Oh my God. Granted, it's my 2 least favorite teams in the league, but goddamn, it's football. I'm so pumped. Adios.